So you're thinking about moving to San Antonio, and maybe you're a little bit curious about what it's really like to be living in San Antonio. Well, you're in the right place today because I'm going to share with you the pros and cons of living in San Antonio from a realtor and family perspective. So let's go ahead and get started. If this is your first time to my channel, I want to say welcome. I'm going to share with you everything there is to know about living in San Antonio and the surrounding suburbs. Make sure you hit the subscribe button below so that way you can be the first to find out about all the newest videos that come up and the current trends here in the San Antonio area. My name is Tracy. I'm a mom to 5, and I've lived in San Antonio for 9 years. My family and I moved here in 2016, right before my son was born. My team and I love helping people make their move and transition to the San Antonio area, whether that's in 1 week or 1 year. We'd love to be able to connect with you. All of our information is below in the description area, so make sure you go ahead and check that out. Remember, hit the subscribe button so that way you can be the first to find out about all the newest videos that come out. We can't wait to help you make a smooth and pain-free transition to the San Antonio area. Okay, so let's talk about pro number 1, affordability. San Antonio is by far one of the most affordable places to live in Texas. You still have the big city feel, but you're not as big as Dallas or Austin. And by the way, traffic is not as bad over here, but let's get into that later. Your dollar is definitely gonna stretch a lot further over here, especially when it comes to renting or buying. I recently did a video and it shows that the median home price here in San Antonio is $290,000. Whereas the same exact house in Austin would cost you $520,000. So your dollars are definitely gonna stretch a lot further down here than it is out in the Austin, Texas area. Pro number 2, San Antonio is a very family-friendly city. There are great parks, splash pads. The zoo is fantastic over here. There are lots of family-friendly activities year-round, and it's a great family atmosphere for you to explore with your kids. As a mom of 5, I really do appreciate all the free things San Antonio does have to offer. The Alamo, which is one of the historic sites in San Antonio, is free to go and visit. You can actually also go to see the missions. The zoo is an affordable place that you can go take your kids. There are lots of splash pads. Off the top of my head, you can go to the Hemisphere, which is in the downtown area. Voight Park, which is in Hollywood Park, which is a city inside of San Antonio. You have Community Bible Church. CBC has an amazing splash pad for the kids. And the Pearl has a great splash area for the kids, and it's a great historical area for you to explore as a family. There are a ton of great hiking trails and parks here in San Antonio. If you've seen some of my videos, I show you some of the great hidden gems of San Antonio with some of those parks that you can actually go see. And of course, there's SeaWorld, Aquatica, and Six Flags Fiesta Texas, which are great places. You can grab season tickets, you can do day passes over there. And just a little up to 35, if you are so inclined, you can actually go up to New Braunfels and explore Schlitterbahn. Pro number 3, the diversity and the culture over here. San Antonio has a deep, welcoming cultural history, and you can definitely see it when you go into the downtown area. Between the food, fiesta, and other traditions, the Mexican-American culture runs deep over here, and it's just a fun experience for your whole entire family to go enjoy. In fact, fiesta down here in Texas is very real. You will have a lot of people who are celebrating. There is a parade through the River Walk in downtown San Antonio. You have parades, and it's just a great environment for you to explore and see. Pro number 4, San Antonio is known as Military City, USA. And why is that? We have 3 major bases located out here in San Antonio. You have Lackland Air Force Base, which is the home for the Air Force basic training. And then you've got Randolph Air Force Base, which is further to the east, and that actually trains Air Force pilots. And then more central to San Antonio, you've got Fort Sam Houston, which houses the U.S. Army Medical Command. I personally love the pride and patriotism that comes from being part of the military. My husband was in the Army for 6 years before we decided to move down here to San Antonio. And my dad was actually a Marine for 22 years. And so the patriotism for the United States runs deep in our blood. Okay, so let's talk about some of the cons. So the number 1 that I hear all the time from people, and the number 1 I tell people all the time, is traffic. San Antonio is a big city, and it is only getting bigger with the people who are moving here from out of state. So with that being said, you are probably going to, depending on where you live, you're probably going to be spending a lot of time in your car as you are commuting into the city, especially during the rush hour time period. They are currently expanding the 1604 freeway, and they are making it an interchange between the 1604 and 10, and also the 1604 and 35. So just be aware, if you are living in areas around those construction zones, that it's not something that's going to take a couple of months. These are projects that take years to complete. We've lived in San Antonio for 9 years, and I have yet to see a freeway not under construction during the time that we've lived here. And so that's something to be aware of as you are thinking of areas to live. Number 2, here's something that people probably don't tell you, or you don't even know at all. San Antonio is allergy capital USA as well. Your fever is real, and if you've not had allergies before, when you live here for a couple of years, you might actually get allergies. I know I, for one, have never had allergies my whole entire life, but after living here for a couple of years, I am now allergic to ragweed, which is surprising. And so my husband is allergic to almost everything. And so when the pollen comes and when the cedar is high here, especially during the fall, winter time period, he has to take a lot of medications. I personally can get by with some over-the-counter medicine, but that is just something to be aware of, especially if you have allergies yourself, or you have a family member that has a lot of allergies. Con number 3, property taxes in San Antonio. While the state of Texas does not have any state income taxes, your property taxes will be very high. Generally speaking, in San Antonio, your property taxes are going to be anywhere from 2 to 2.8%, depending on the school district. So let's just say, for example, you have a home that is, the median home, like I said, is $290,000. $290,000 times 2% is going to be $5,800. Now, at the higher end, 2,090 times 2.8 is going to be 8,120. That's a very big swing, and depending on also where you live, maybe in Alamo Heights or Chavano Park, where those are higher end homes, your property taxes are probably going to be higher. This might come as a shock to people because you expect affordable homes, but you don't expect your property taxes to be very high, especially if you're coming from the California area where your property taxes are only 1% of the assessed value of the home. And con number 4, the weather here in San Antonio. Yes, it can get very hot here, especially in the summertime, but the weather can swing drastically come fall and winter time period. Just a couple of days ago, I was running in shorts and a t-shirt, and on Sunday morning when I went on a run, I had to bundle up with gloves, a head warmer, and a fleece jacket just because it was so cold. It is wild, the temperature change that can happen in just a span of a day here in San Antonio. Luckily, the cold does not last too long. If you like the warmer weather, this is the place for you. So there you have it. 4 pros and 4 cons about living in San Antonio. I hope you found that information helpful. Please remember to subscribe, and if you have any questions, please drop them below. My team and I would love to help you make a smooth and pain-free transition to the San Antonio area. And until next time, have a great day. Bye.